All right, YouTube. It's Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit on a Saturday morning. We got another interesting topic. We're going to talk about mainstream media and The View and The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God. Now, The View had Charlamagne the God on their show. He talked about Trump. He talked about Diddy. And he came off like he's so innocent or he's an authority or he represents the average black person. But what they fail to ever address is that Charlamagne has a pending case. You know what I mean? Charlamagne was accused of slipping something in a young girl's drink who was 15 years old and allegedly taking advantage of her and allegedly pleading guilty to a lesser charge and allegedly is still right now with a case pending in civil court about the same things he accuses Diddy of, the same things he comes out and speaks about Trump on. Now, this is hypocrisy. Who's protecting this guy over there to where he can come out like we forgot that he has a pending case and he's been accused of these same allegations? He sent cease and desist letters to other podcasters and other YouTubers to shut the story down because he had lawyers on deck and he had powerful people behind him. But now he comes back out as a voice. And the witches of the View, they don't call him on nothing that he has to do. And they're supposed to be an advocate for women. They advocate for Cassie, but I guess Jessica Reed, the young lady in Charlamagne's case, she's not famous enough to hear her story. But if you Google Jessica Reed and you Google Charlamagne, it'll come up. So I want you to watch these two clips to the end. This is for fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act, for entertainment, commentary, and the First Amendment. Check out the Witches of the View.
The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne. Stop that, y'all. Stop that. The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne the God, has never pulled punches anytime. And politically or culturally, conversations are happening on the show that he does. And now he wants everyone to take a page out of his new book, Get Honest or Die Lying: Why Small Talk Sucks. Please welcome Charlamagne the God.
How y'all feel out there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking it back right after the show. Don't even worry about it.
Well,
Don't worry about
I want this. I want this sweater.
That's cute. I like
This sweater's fly.
I took that back too.
You did?
Yeah, the tag was still in that one as well.
Uh-oh.
There's no need to wear that after a photo shoot. Where would I wear that?
My house.
Oh, okay.
You know, just sitting around, looking good. Listen, congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
Explain to people why one of the biggest radio hosts on the planet thinks that small talk sucks.
It's a waste of time. I think that, you get into conversations with people and they make a whole bunch of chit chat, but 9 times out of 10 what it is they actually want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just actually get to the discussion. And I feel like, we're making too many macros nowadays, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like these little small issues that really don't matter in the bigger scheme of things. We make them the biggest talking points in the world. So when the real macros come across our desk, we don't even know how to talk about them at all.
Absolutely. No, you're right that you're convinced we're living in a time with more stupid people than ever. And
I might be one of them, but
no. But what has convinced you of that other than Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Look how insulting they are to other people. You know what I mean? They're not going to ever ask him about his pending case. And mainstream media, for some strange reason, never covered the fact that he was caught up in an essay case with a minor and that he pled guilty to the lesser charges. You know what I mean? He even did an interview with academics and it's still up on YouTube where he actually said that he slipped something in this young lady's drink. With that, you don't got to say allegedly because he already admitted to it. But listen to him as an authority on morals, morality, and who's smart.
Just because I feel like, nobody cares about like facts anymore. Nobody cares about like actual data. Like everything is about opinions and narratives and your feelings. And like you have really smart people, like actually intelligent people that have doctor in their name and PhD. And even they're all about opinions and, narratives and their feelings as opposed to what the actual, facts are.
Data shows. Well, since this book is all about having real conversations, let's get to it. Mm-hmm. Let's get real. Now, you have a massive platform reaching millions of listeners, and you and I talked about this before. You endorsed Joe Biden back in 2020, but this time around, you say you're not going to endorse anybody. Charlamagne, now is not the time, in my opinion, to sit this one out.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I never said I was sitting it out.
What you gonna do?
I'm definitely voting in November, but what I like to focus on is issues, not individuals. Like, when
why not endorse?
Huh?
Why not endorse Biden?
Because if I'm sitting here telling my listeners that, you have somebody out there who is a threat to democracy, you have somebody out there who said they want to, suspend the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. You saw this person, try to lead an attempted coup of this country. And I'm telling people that this guy is a threat to democracy. Have you ever read Project 25? Mm-hmm. There's only 2 candidates out there. So if I'm saying that about this individual, the choice is clear, right? And I've seen y'all do this on The View before. I saw y'all do this to Killer Mike when he was on The View, and Killer Mike literally sat here and said, hey, I supported.
Now, you see, he gave all the talking points that they've been saying. Trump is a threat to democracy. He tried to throw a coup over the government. He's saying all these things. And even on the same interview, he criticizes Puffy, P. Diddy. Now, after this clip, I'm going to show you another clip with Tasha K. Because you got to give props out to Tasha K. Because she's the only one called this out. You have a lot of these so-called feminists that say they stand up for women. But they got a guy up there right now who's engaged in litigation about the same things he's condemning other men of, other celebrity type men and powerful men. But he comes up there with his hypocrisy as if we have forgotten. Have y'all really forgotten Jessica Reed and what's going on with Charlamagne? Well, if y'all did forget, I'm going to remind you.
Keisha Lance Bottoms. I supported Ralph Warnock. I supported John Ossoff, right, in Georgia. He said, you should support the people that I've supported. You should support the person who the people I've supported are supporting.
Okay.
That's y'all opportunity to say, well, clearly he's talking about President Biden. Why do y'all need us to say this if we don't feel comfortable saying it?
No, it's not that we need you to say it. But I think other folks.
Why doesn't he feel comfortable with saying who he supports? See, you got to really analyze these people. You got to analyze that they are really paid Democratic shields, pundits for the Democratic Party, because they parade him out there in the midst of all this as an authority. Wait till the last clip I show you.
To hear, because one of the things I'm sorry, I just jumped you, I'm sorry, but one of the things that we've been talking about is the fact that getting facts out through the media seems to be very difficult.
I feel like I just spewed some facts.
Yeah. Yes, but we need you to do it on your show.
Well, the reality is I think both candidates are trash. So but I am going to vote in November, and I'm going to vote my best interest, and I'm going to vote who I think, can preserve democracy. So if I think both candidates are trash and I don't feel like, endorse.
This is a hypocrite. He's saying that both of them, Biden and Trump, is trash, but he's still going to vote for Biden, but he won't even admit that he's going to vote for Biden. Check out his character. And this is somebody y'all listen to every day in mainstream media.
One, would you rather me endorse an individual or endorse the fact that, hey, we need to go out here and protect democracy?
And by the way, I think it's incredibly powerful to use your platform just to draw the contrast. I actually tend to agree that I don't think an endorsement is somehow more powerful than reminding folks the other person tried to overturn our democracy. That breaks through. But I want to ask you, because you're kind of one of these, we call them double haters. I don't like to use the phrase, but
double haters,
like not thrilled with Biden or Trump. And
I've never heard of that. Like the chicken fry.
I thought that was just called being an American nowadays. Well, people don't seem to be too pleased with either one of them.
And I'm right there with you. So you've called this a race between crooks, cowards, and the couch.
That's
and you say Democrats are losing the messaging game.
But let's be clear about who I say are the crooks. I say Republicans are the crooks. I say Democrats are the cowards, and I say the couch is voter apathy. And I feel like, right now it looks like, voter apathy may win, but whose fault is that? Is that our fault or is it the candidates?
Well, and I'm curious at this juncture, 6 months out, who do you think wins?
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, it's a toss-up at this point. I really don't know. I think the person who goes out there and probably energizes their base the best at this point. And, when you look at somebody like President Biden, it feels like his base is pretty pissed off at him for a number of reasons.
Help him out. Well, no, look, I actually
help him out by doing what?
Well, I want to ask you something, because when you talk about crooks, we know that we've talked about the Republicans ad nauseum here. But when you say the Democrats are cowards, how could Democrats show more courage right now in a way that speaks to you?
By doing what Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett did to Marjorie Taylor Greene the other day. I think Michelle. I think the former First Lady called a play one time, and she said, when they go low, we go high. I think you got to rip that play up.
Yeah.
When they go low, you got to take it to the floor.
I don't even think she went low on that, because I think her pointing out the hypocrisy of them not attending to the rule was going high and using an example.
And that's why I think
it was brilliant.
You're right, and that's why everything looks so normal. All of this stuff has been normalized, and it shouldn't be normalized at all. There's nothing normal about American politics.
No.
But the way that Democrats react to it sometimes, they make it seem like it's normal. We got to stop acting like this stuff is normal, and you got to start calling BS where it's BS.
Well, so let me ask you this. If you think that's what needs to happen, because for me, I think back to the time when we couldn't vote. So the idea of voting for, this one or this one wasn't, it was.
Wolfie can't ever think back to a time where she couldn't vote. You know what I mean? That's low-key race baiting. But we're going to continue, because watch this next clip.
It wasn't about our best interest. It was about how do we get to point B.
That's right.
My point is, listen, I don't know if it's because he's old or people are mad. I don't know why Democrats are mad at him, but I know I'm better off with him than I am with the other one.
Right.
That's what I know. So, and we say it because we always have to remind people of what we went through in order to do this, in order to have this right to vote. And so if you say you're going to vote, then I'm not going to ask anymore.
Not only am I saying I'm going to vote, I'm telling you who the threat to democracy is.
Well, we do. Listen, we do this every day. We know who the threat to democracy is.
And his name is Donald Trump. If you want me to spell that one out.
And one would think, since there's only two,
I mean, there's third-party candidates, but there's only.
Beat your behind.
I'm just saying, we got to be fair about it. There is.
So much time and effort to build your own business.
Okay, we seen how the View feels. Let's check out this other clip.
Charlamagne.
Now check out this. And you got to give props. You got to give props to Tasha K. Because out of all the women in media, none of them is addressing the fact that they've got Charlamagne out front as an authority. Well, I'm not going to hold you up. Check out this.
Went on a talk or a View, one of those daytime talk shows with Whoopi Goldberg and those women. They get on there and they start talking all that crazy stuff. But he went on there and he got to talking about Diddy and Cassie's situation. And a lot of people are very, very upset with that. And he's now he's in the crosshairs of Tasha K. Tasha K took to her show to really go in on Charlamagne, because Charlamagne has a case pending with a girl that he was alleged to have touched when she was 15 years old. slept with this girl and talked bad about her. These women was on The View saying that, Cassie was a victim, but you had a man up there that's been known to victimize women on his show, smell their seats when they get up, do all kinds of foul stuff, right? But then you got him on here and he's talking about Cassie. Like, y'all don't care nothing about women like that. The whole thing is a stage, is a joke. Why would you, and y'all know his background, why would you have, of all the men you can have up there, why would you have Charlamagne up there, knowing that he has an essay case pending, a case against him? Speak on the Diddy situation. So Tasha K, she really lit him a new one, and she really got at a lot of women that don't speak out or support this kind of stuff. She really called The View out, and she said, "I know y'all watching." So it went down something like this.
Everybody want to speak on Diddy. Yeah. And you know what? It's always the ones that this really bothers me. That we have these people that are in media positions who have been accused of horrible things. Like, this here. We don't even need to talk about it. We don't even need to revisit. But to hear Charlamagne open up his ass mouth and bleached face, let's go.
What are your thoughts on everything going on with Diddy right now?
I think when it comes to that situation, man, I think we shouldn't focus on the individual. We should focus on the issue. Because I think what happens a lot of times is, because of the celebrity, we get lost in talking about the celebrity and not talking about the actual issue. The issue is domestic violence. Yep. The issue is exactly what I just...
No. Let's finish it. Go ahead, keep going.
The issue is domestic violence. Yeah, right. The issue is exactly what I just said about, men not going to do the proper work on themselves, and they're dealing with a lot of pain and a lot of hurt and unhealed trauma, and they're projecting that pain and that hurt on the other people. The issue is patriarchy, right? Because as long as you have a system where men feel superior to women and they're dealing with that pain and they're dealing with that hurt, they're going to project that. We're going to continue to project that onto our women. So I think those are the issues that we should be discussing as opposed to talking about the individual. And we tend to do that a lot as a society. Yeah. We get lost in the celebrity of things as opposed to, okay, what are we here for?
Because it's clickbait. Yeah. It's clickbait.
Like, Diddy brings the engagement, but right now, as I'm talking, there's a woman out there getting beat up by a man, right? And she's not going to get no news coverage. Nobody's going to talk about her.
We should say the name of Cassie, the survivor of the domestic violence.
Yes.
Oh, my God. The fact that they have blatantly ignored as women Charlamagne's transgressions, because he has said it perfectly. We shouldn't focus on the individual, focus on the issue. This ain't got nothing to do with me. But the person that did it is the reason why we have the issue. So you want us to blame a whole system just so you don't have to accept blame for yourself, because there's a young lady out here right now that has you in a lawsuit with iHeartMedia Radio. And you have written about her. You have tortured her through your writings. You have spoken about her the same way DJ Academics got up there and spoke about his alleged victim. And then she came back and said, no, he did the same thing. And that's what made Jessica Reed step up and say, hold up, I was only 15. And you were a grown man. So are you trying to say that it's not the man's fault? It's patriarchy. It's a system way bigger than it. It's above us at this point. Because we wouldn't be doing this if there wasn't a system built around men thinking that they're better and higher than women. Yes. Because apparently you like to get them high and take it. I'm just tired of the. This is what I want to stop focusing on. Is what is the word that I'm looking for? It is. Hold on. It's coming to me. As I had it on the tip of my tongue. You know how you had a word and then you lose it? I want to stop focusing on. Damn it. What is the word? Jasmine, you know what I'm thinking. Jasmine always knows what I'm thinking. You working on Tasha K live. You supposed to be my second mind. God dang it. It was right on the tip of my tongue and I forgot it. Watch you come like, oh. I want us to stop focusing on shit. Damn, give me a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm going to get it. I need to say this word. I have to say it. Pissing me off. But maybe it'll come to me. I want us to stop I want us to focus on self. I want us to start holding men or just anybody accountable. Like if you do something, what does everybody else have to do with the situation? The situation is really between Diddy and Cassie, right? But we're focusing on that situation because media helped to perpetuate that very view of Diddy that we have. And that's the reason why he's falling from grace the way that he is now, because they didn't fucking believe it. They didn't believe it. They barely still believe it took, and this is what was the sad part about it, is it took an actual video to come out for them to say something because everybody's afraid of ruining somebody's brand. We don't want the white folks to come in and take the money. But yet, y'all are sitting here perpetuating the very thing. Like, Charlamagne is the face of a black man, right? That has projected years of abuse onto black women, onto young girls. That's why he's trying to bleach it away. You ever notice he's getting lighter and lighter by the day? He's trying to bleach it away. He's thinking that he could just bleach it and just, no. It's not me. It's the society. No, it's you. We always have to focus on the person. We don't need to project nowhere else. Because you was projecting, allegedly, according to Jessica Reed, in her without her consent. And you got Whoopi. And you sitting in front of all the white women on The View, speaking for the black man, but you're flawed. We don't want you. We've never wanted Charlamagne. Who asked for him? Who? This man sat on the show for years and objectified women, disrespected them, smelled their seats, talked about taking coochie, and this is the person that you want in front of us that not only has been accused of sexual abuse, but did it on air for years? And he says, no, it's not my fault. We need to just stick to the issue. That's what I'm tired of. That's what I wanted to say.
So I'll say the Breakfast Club has always been a joke. This guy done did all kinds of funny style stuff. He had those Letter Crew people on there. He on there flirting with them, doing all kinds of stuff. The man got a wife, but he's talking about the situation with that woman and with Spanish Fly. He just do all kinds of foul stuff, man, when people don't like him. This dude, man. So Tasha K was right for really getting at him and really calling those women out and saying, y'all didn't do a thorough background check on this guy and assess the situation before you allow, with all the things that's going on with women today and all the women that's coming out saying, hey, this happened to me and that happened to me. And a lot of this stuff is true. A lot, because I did a video years ago where I said in order for a woman to get a leg up in society, she had to put her legs up, unfortunately. And not in all instances, but in a lot of instances, for a woman to advance in her career or a woman to advance in certain places, she had to put her legs or her booty up in the air, man. Because you had a lot of men that used their positions and power to manipulate women to do some strange things for some change. And it's not funny. It's bad. I mean, now that I'm a grown man with grown daughters and granddaughters, and I think about that kind of stuff, that's not a good thing. Maybe when we were young, we thought it was funny. But it's actually not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny, especially when you got daughters and granddaughters and everything else, man. So we're coming into a time now where a lot of that stuff is coming to a head, and a lot of men are going to have to answer for the things that they've done to women, man. Especially in the back.
I'm going to end it on that. But as you can see, the hypocrisy of The View, the hypocrisy of Charlamagne, as they parade him out as a Democratic shield to convince people that he should be listened to when they are totally ignoring he's been accused of the same thing. He pled guilty to a lesser charge. He's being sued right now by Jessica Reed. He talked about putting Spanish fly in her drink and talked about the incident on media to academics. He wrote about it in books. But we were supposed to forget that, huh? This is Detroit's HPTV, coming to you out of Detroit. Signing out right now. Salute to all patriots. Keep your head on the swivel. Pay attention. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.